Oh man, do you ever press down on notes on the guitar and think to yourself, I can't play guitar, my fingers are just too fat? You know, it's one of the most common things I've heard beginners say over my past 34 years of teaching guitar. I've heard this from students with green bean to sausage fingers. The fat finger problem is one of the most misunderstood beginner frustrations. So if you've ever felt this way, hit the like button because you're not alone, and this might be the video that finally makes it click for you. And if you're serious about getting past this stage, don't forget to subscribe. This series is built to fix those beginner frustrations that no one else really talks about. So you try to make the shapes, you try to press the notes, but your finger touches the wrong string or nothing rings out. But the real problem is not the size of your fingers, it's the angle that they're landing on. It's not fat fingers, it's flat fingers that are causing the problem. Flat fingers collapse and block other strings next to them. Even players with tiny hands will buzz and mute if their form is off. Therefore, the very first thing we need to fix is the arch. Flat fingers lay across the fretboard like a plank, but arched fingers act like a bridge. The tip lands straight down on the string and the rest of the finger stays lifted, creating a natural tunnel for other strings to ring out underneath. So let's try this together. We're going to take our first finger, we're going to press it down on the second string first fret. What I want you to think about is creating that tunnel, that space between the finger and the knuckle, and you're going to arch the finger, focusing all the energy in the very tip of the finger. But here's the catch. Even if you've got that arch and you're making the tunnel so that you're clearing the other strings, you can still block other strings next to it. This happens a lot when your wrist and your finger are not placed down correctly. Therefore, you need to angle your fingers and your wrist at about a 40-degree tilt relative to the neck. Think about it like an angle that's a slice of pizza. Not flat, not vertical, just enough to drop your fingertip in cleanly. All right, let's give this a shot. I want you to take your thumb, hook it behind the neck, and place your fingers straight at a 45-degree angle to the neck. Now remember what I said about the 40-degree angle and the slice of pizza? What I want you to do is then angle your hand slightly. Now we're going to take our first finger and we're going to press down at the first fret of the second string. You notice when I'm playing, I'm not playing straight on the neck. I'm on an angle. This allows our finger to fit right in that one string without blocking another string. If your fingers are like this and they're straight, you're going to more than likely block another string. But even if you get that perfect arch and angle, it won't stick unless you repeat it daily. Your fingers will always return to what they're used to. And if they're used to lazy, flat form, that's exactly what they'll do under pressure. Therefore, we need a daily drill. Welcome to what I like to call fat camp for fingers, where lazy fingers come to get lean and sausage fingers turn into green beans. We're only going to be using fingers 1, 2, and 3 today. No pinkies allowed. All right, here's the drill. We're going to take our first finger and put it down here at the 10th fret of the first string. Remember that pizza slice 40-degree angle. Leave your first finger down on the 10th fret of the first string. While you're holding that down, put your second finger down here on the 11th fret of the second string. While holding that down, put your third finger down here on the 12th fret of the third string. We're going to go for 5 reps. We're going for clear notes. After 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, go. Set 1, set 2, set 3, set 4, set 5. Then you want to stop, kind of shake it out a little bit, and then go back at it and see how many sets you can get in a row. Once your fingers are landing clean and confident, you're going to be ready for real chords. Not just any chords, but the ones that sound good, feel natural, and actually show up in the songs that you want to play. I highly recommend you check out the 8 most essential guitar chords series that I have. Check out this video up here in the corner. And also, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I love putting together these videos from you, but I really like hearing from you, and I like getting feedback from you so I know how to frame these videos in the future. Happy practicing, and see you in the next lesson. Take care.